Hi, everybody. Welcome again.
Hi.
I hope you can see us. Sorry about that, everybody. We went ahead and closed down that other stream and came back on. So I hope you can see us now. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know if you can see us okay. And we're back. So my fault entirely.
Oh, good. Richie can see us. There's everyone. Thank you, Edward. Hi, Barbara.
Yeah, I think that, Annie, you might have to go in and close out your stream from the other one. It might still be going.
I closed it and left.
Oh, okay. Then we're good. JJ's here. Hey, JJ. Hey, Edward.
JJ
Sorry about that, guys.
posted a link
Yeah.
to this show. Oh, thank you,
Thanks,
Edward.
Edward. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you
We're
very
kind of, StreamYard did something new.
They did last week, didn't they? And it was messing things up. It was giving everybody double shows. Oh, we moved.
Yeah. Sorry. That to you.
I'm looking on your page to share the new link. But I'm not sure that I believe it. So I'm just going to leave it alone. There we go. I'm going to put.
Well, hopefully everybody finds us. Yeah. Hey, Judith.
Hey,
I think
Judith.
people are coming around. So
yeah, we're good.
We'll get there.
Okay.
So welcome everybody. My name is Teri, and this is Holding Your Space. And this is my dear sister, AnnieBear7f, standing in light. And I love having you here. So,
hey,
you sent me a picture of what the mobile looks like. Okay, JJ, let me look at it. Okay. Are there like a lot of them going, Annie or JJ? Let me see. This is just user error, but you know, when there's new stuff happening, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I didn't even know what to do when I saw some of the new changes that had been added. I was like,
yeah,
no idea.
Yeah. So you're still getting. JJ sent me a picture, which is kind of weird, but that's okay.
She says it looks good. She says, no, it looks good. Yeah. So
I'll take it. Well,
no worries.
Well, Tyler is totally not happy with it. So there you have it.
Tyler is having issues.
Yeah, Tyler's having a few issues right now. So
for a while she couldn't get into chat. That's what Kelly's saying. But now she's here, thank goodness.
Oh, thank you for coming back.
I'm sorry that was difficult. I'm glad you were able to get in, sweetie.
Yeah. Well,
beautiful sister.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking backstage. We were talking a little bit about I wanted to share some of the native stories. And in our tradition, everything has great spirit in it. Every living thing has great spirit in it. So it's hi to Garden Chicken. So I was talking about how the elementals stories are shared in our tradition. And so we talk about things like the thunderbird and the whale, and how when they have a discussion and when a whale slams his tail, it can cause earthquakes. And to some that would sound like a very primitive story. And in another way, it would sound like, oh, they must know that all life is interconnected. And that's probably one of the biggest lessons that my tradition teaches, is that interconnectedness. And it teaches good living habits. Like our story of how Cedar Tree came to be is that there was once a very, very kind man who cared for his people and was happy to share his belongings without looking for praise. And Creator saw this. And at the end of that man's walk, Creator made him into Cedar Tree from his burial spot. And Cedar Tree was gifted as the tree of life to the peoples. So that's why the bark is used to make rope, and it's used to make mats and even clothing and hats. And we watch the ones who take shelter within cedar, and we use the smoke as a sacred way to share our prayers and to do healings. And stories about crow, which I'm sure you've heard the one about crow. Sometimes it's raven, sometimes it's crow, depending on which tribe you're talking with. That it was once a white bird with a beautiful voice, and it stole fire for the peoples. And as it did so, it singed its feathers, and it made its voice hoarse. And that is in our stories to show appreciation to crow or raven, depending on which tribe you're listening to. And this is the fall. This is the story time of year. This is the time when we go within, when our lodges are open to the tribal peoples and stories are shared. And in these stories are wisdom. And it's all about that interconnectedness. And I was doing a meditation the other night, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was doing a Reiki meditation. And I haven't learned Reiki yet, but I will pretty soon. And what I felt was the universe within, because part of me thinks, why would Mother allow us to visit inner Earth if we haven't taken care of the surface of the Earth? And then I felt the oceans within me, and the way the tides turn and moon times in a woman's body, how that changes, and how the crystalline energy feels inside of my body, inside of my mind. And what bridges those is good thinking, right action, praying for all the people, the ones I like and the ones I don't. and how that interconnectedness, there's wisdom there, there's great, great beauty. Sterling spoke about this new setting. So he had two different, to his members only show. Yes. Hi, Garnet. It's good to see you. But I was talking about one thing I will share with you few people here, and I won't share it publicly. If I gift it to anyone, it will be to Kevin. Kevin, the healing medium, or who are you calling him out? Kevin Lewis. And I showed this to him when I made it a couple of months back. One of the guardians of Earth that's far older and wiser and stronger than we are the people of the forest. And this is a painting I did of them. They don't share and talk about them a lot because I want people to leave them alone. They are shapeshifters. We do not chase them. We do not bother them. We have great, profound respect for them. And the only way that I have been able to communicate with them at all is to raise my vibration. And when I did so, they called me very affectionately smelly little sister. because we smell like what we eat and drink. And we smell like our thoughts. There's nothing hidden. In the medicine world, there's nothing hidden. And in the elemental world, all is known. So like how you treat one tree is known by the trees. How you treat an animal is known by all of those animals. So it's a very much honesty is key. knowing yourself is key, and being a part of the world with humility is very, very important, especially now because I think the world is about to get so much bigger.
Yeah.
What do you think, Teri?
Well, I love what you're saying. I love what you said about the whale and how he slaps his tail and we feel thunder and we feel earthquakes and waves coming. And it's like when you're on the beach, like I've only been on one beach that was like this, but the North Shore of Oahu. And it has those huge waves. And when they slam down, you can just feel the earth move. Mm-hmm. And it's such a powerful thing. And it always comes back to me in visions, feeling the earth move like that with the water and the waves, and how in touch we all are when we go into those elementals or those elements of water and earth, like that, and the animals in there. So I really love what you're talking about here, and I love what you were talking about, and the painting. Oh my gosh, the painting is stunning. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad to share that. I love them very, very much.
Yeah. When I see them, I see how shy they are. Yeah. So I see why you're so very, very protective, because they have a very tender heart. I mean, I can just sense it when I see them. And and I've seen visions of them. I haven't seen them
Oh,
physically in the forest like
yeah.
I know many people here do. So I respect that. But the visions that they've shown me of themselves, they have the tenderest heart and the biggest smile, and then they go back inside the tree and hide. So yeah, lots of respect to them,
I think
and
there's
when you're
many
ready,
beings. I
pardon me.
think there are many. I wonder sometimes how many beings are there if I were to raise my frequency enough to behold them, because I think, all of the elements that are on earth are within us. We may
Yes,
not know it yet, but so we resonate, we tell our truth through our resonation. And so the whole natural world can read us literally like a book. So if we don't know ourselves, then we would appear to be quite dangerous and unpredictable. And so I don't blame them for like just
right.
keeping a distance and maybe keeping a little bit of an eye on us.
Yeah, well,
You
we
know,
really lost touch too, didn't we? I mean, and like you were
profoundly,
saying, the
profoundly.
smells, the things that we've eaten, mass farming and animal
We've
husbandry and
gotten
all
so
that.
far away from our roots,
Yeah,
from humble integrity and appreciation, true, just deep appreciation for how the medicines, like a plant has its cycles and its medicines and its roots and its berries and its leaves
yeah,
to be made for tea for various illnesses and imbalances. And it's it's a delicate system that we are, and it's a delicate system that we live in. And you can only appreciate the beauties and the healing if you can appreciate that it's delicate. I mean, there are some like the Douglas fir has a fire resistant bark. So we have a story about how a mouse hid in one of the cones when there was a great fire, and the Douglas fir protected mouse. And that's why there are always little needles sticking out of their cones. It's that story of how mouse hid within their cones during that great fire. So
wow,
there are stories that link these things together that show appreciation for the Douglas fir and its fire resistant bark. And as much is given to the little mouse who hid in its cone. They're, they're of equal importance. And I think that's one of the things we've forgotten.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's quite interesting. There's also a story of the mouse and Lord Ganesh, Ganesha, the archetype.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, yeah, and deity.
What's
So
that story? What
I
is that
can't
story?
remember,
Oh, that sounds fascinating,
and I
because
kept asking. Yeah,
these
he's
stories are tell us a little bit about, because perhaps what if India stories travel the nervous system? What if native stories travel the bloodline? What if Celtic stories follow the bone stories? I mean, we all traditions. When I've talked to a priestess in Ireland, one in Hawaii, a person in Hawaii, and these are people I never met.
yeah,
But as we spoke, we found that our traditions, our basic traditions of going into sweat lodge and how we did ceremony and what time of year we did ceremony was the same. It's the same the world over.
yeah. In
Um,
Africa, even like the handcrafts, right?
yeah,
The
yeah.
embroidery, the indigenous symbols all around the world are interconnected. The rosettes and the tree of life and the flower of life, very very similar. And the tribal, what is it? Geometry is all the same. Very very similar. I remember
Yeah,
I was at a retreat and I had my yoga mat that I'd gotten in Thailand, and there was a woman right next to me that had
yeah,
the same yoga mat. I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh, did you go to Thailand and get that?" And she said, "No, I'm from Colombia, it's
yeah.
Colombian." And I'm like, just the same."
It is. And often those woven crafts are tell agricultural stories that speak of like the corn or
Yeah,
the plants and the relationship that they have with the peoples. It's
yeah,
all about relationship. I mean, there's like a Sitka spruce story. A Sitka spruce can hear the songs of all the trees and plants around it. It can hear their songs. It can tell which plants and trees are ill and which ones are well, which ones are celebrating. It's quite beautiful. Um, the cedar tree, I could go on for hours about just the cedar tree alone.
I love that.
It's our tree of life. You know, it's our tree of life.
Wow.
It's very sacred. And the plants that we're all familiar with, the tobacco and the sweetgrass and the sage, but a little bit more of like what's like sage is for purification and healing. And I'm looking at notes I made, and prayerful respect. And each of these plants are sentient beings. So when you light them and you have the smoke, that is a sentient being in a different form, just like we are in different form. When we walk out of these bodies, we don't disappear. We aren't destroyed. We keep going. you know. And I think when we realize that truth, that we keep going, it makes us appreciate. And as I get older, I appreciate this life even more, and all of the things in it, and the simple joys. And at this point, there's so much going on the planet that I frankly would not be surprised if she just, like a big giant ship, came out of the middle or something. You know? She's like decided to reverse park herself. At this point, I think we kind of have to be ready for just about everything, anything, you know.
So we're also talking about inner earth and diamond light. Do you feel like as the frequency changes on the planet that just the intention with the crystalline energy changes so much, that how things have been separated, that again will be interwoven with the elementals and the inner earth beings?
I've been wondering about that, what that means, because I have asked, because sometimes I get human, and while I'm humaning, and I went to Cascara recently, my tree, and I said, why I'm not getting the visions that Teri's getting. I've got, is there anything there for me? And I get nothing. And so I'm like, okay. So yeah, but I think what I do get is like the diamond light. I think we're about to learn a whole heckin' lot about who we are as creators and how we create, by resonance, by vibration, by choice, because it's a free will zone, by how much of ourselves we own. Do we own all of our energy? Because if we do, then we have access to all the elements within us. And if we own every bit of our story, then we can resonate more fully. And that's what creates the diamond light. I really think that's what creates the diamond light. When we allow spirit to move through us freely, and when we allow emotions that we have without judging them, and we just allow them to pass through, it's almost like seeing light pass through crystal where it refracts and you see all the colors. I think it's kind of like that. I think that's in our gathered intent as a soul group. I think that creates diamond light around the grid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're about to learn a heckin' lot about how we create, not just with our thoughts, but with our very being. We're saying something with our very, how we carry ourselves.
Yeah.
It's part of our shield, you know, that not only protects us, but also tells the universe what we're ready for and who we are.
Yeah.
Do we walk our talk? How much of it do we walk? How much of it? Proofs in the pudding kind of thing, you know? Does that make sense?
I think we're all so different and unique and beautiful.
Oh, sure.
Each being here. And we're not judged on the other side, but there's a whole lot of judgment that goes on in the 3D, right? But I was shown this vision this morning, and they were showing me all our houses and the walls that separate us. But what if those are glass walls? What if those are walls that we can see through And this is a vision like of how we make our houses. So how we manifest or how we live. And
Okay.
if those walls are glass, and then if they're just plasma, and because everything is, right? Energy is just energy. And so if we can just walk through them into the next life and the next life and the past life and the past life and all these different densities, and experience this oneness, but oneness with our own unique brand. Like you were
Yeah.
saying, you don't get the
Yeah.
same, we don't get the same visions. You had your corn vision. I had my
Yeah.
glass walls vision.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I, that interconnectedness. And I feel like this is an interesting subject because what you were talking about awakening, what I call awakening, right?
Okay.
And how we're all doing this. Also the eyes are awakening, like the ancient ones are awakening and inner earth and the elementals are watching us because they're seeing that we're different. Do you
That
get
we're waking up.
that? Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think we're the ones waking up. I've always thought that
Yeah.
the vision I've had of going into inner earth was that I went there in humility and in silence and reverence, and then opened my eyes, and it all lit up, and it slowly lit up. And as my joy gets brighter, so does the cavern I'm in, and it reflects back to me my joy and my love and my appreciation. And integrity is the bridge we walk across, and that's just kind of coming through me. I'm kind of freaking myself out. But I think that's what I see when I ask Mother, like, in all, like a child, with a child's open heart. With a child's open heart, there is great wisdom in there's great wisdom in not knowing, and like being curious, because it allows for things I don't understand. It allows for things I haven't imagined. What if this is all thought made manifest?
Yeah.
And as we take ownership of that, but we come to that with a childlike wonder and curiosity. Then she's like, well, would you like to see what else you can do? you know would you like to see what spread your wings, stretch your wings a little bit. Now think of that issue again. And when you think of this with the interconnectedness, that's what creates the diamond light, I think. It's those intersecting dots of potential that connect us, that we can each bring our beautiful piece of the puzzle together. And the parts that we thought were so weird actually magically fit perfectly, with everyone else around us. It's never been more important to be authentically ourselves, with humility and honesty and gratitude and joy. you know, um, I I have challenges, and I don't know the answers to. So I told Creator, I will just keep choosing love over fear every time.
Yeah.
When you just say I out loud, I choose love over fear every time. And I'm going to keep doing this, and it makes it more of an adventure. Makes I want to be able to see the things I can't imagine, you know, yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that mantra. I choose love over fear
Yeah.
and seeing the things that I can't imagine. Because I feel like a lot of this does start with that childlike wonder and imagination.
Yeah.
And like when we're born, the surprise that we have at a butterfly or a bubble is huge. Like a bubble is, it's a universe. It's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? And then as we get older and more conditioned, and more in the program of the 3D, but we're awakening again. I feel like our senses. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel my senses more so um, like a lot of us have had hearing issues these past couple of years. The new frequencies coming in, we can hear them and they might bother our ears. We might hear a ringing. And a lot of people here are having issues with their skin as well. That I've noticed that our skin, like the touch, is different. So I feel like our sensuality is evolving with it, and maybe that's part of going back to our roots too, like more indigenous, where we feel the earth and we know it and we love it, and more primordial. But at the same time, it's an evolution. Does that make sense?
Evolution. I think we've had kind of what our position is wrong for a long time.
Yeah.
I think when we come to right thinking about who we are in the scheme of things, that mother's the center of the story, not human beings. So the things that we go through are a symptom of mother's joy and mother's growth and mother's ascension, and these are the effects as they filter through us. And the more aligned we can be with our soul and our spirit, just not what anyone thinks, but you and your deepest heart.
Yeah.
That's, I want to say hi to Clarence. Hi, Clarence.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Clarence. How are you,
Barb? And Barb was talking about something that I think you would be very interested in. You might be helpful to Barb on this one. She says something during her Reiki attunement. And you're a Reiki master, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you read it to me? Because I'm having.
Oh, sure.
I see it here. Yesterday, during my Reiki 2 attunement, the faces of these animals came close into view until I could see their eyes: a lion, a wolf, an eagle, and an owl. Then a giant flower pulsed in and out. Yeah, 100%, Barb. You guys, Reiki attunements are like an awakening. And I had so many visions too, Barb. I mean, it awakened so much of me, and also awakened that I can change my programming. I can ask my angels to come in and do it, or my spirit guides. But you're in charge, Barb, and you can do it too. So we think, oh, it has to happen by my archangel, or it has to happen by my spirit guide, or the Palladians. But really, we are sovereign, and we can go in and change our programming. But yes, 100%, honey. The animals that come close into view. So look them up.
I would, because each of those animals have a nictating eye membrane. Each of those have an extra eyelid.
Oh, and the veil.
So that would be, I would look into that, and that giant flower pulsing in and out. When I think of a giant flower, I think of the Fibonacci, the math that is in nature, the math that is in all nature.
Yeah.
So I would think you're coming into a new gift.
Yeah.
That's how you see things is about to change. Is going through some changes. It sounds like what do you call that? Opening. What's that other? Upgrading.
Yeah, upgrade for sure. Yeah. The attunements are total upgrades. They're really amazing. Yeah, and I like. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you change that, or did I?
I did, because then she heard the earth, the earth, the earth.
Yeah.
After that, she heard the earth, the earth, the earth. So seeing with new eyes, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah.
It really is. The frequency of the planet is changing. So, with that change, there's a lot of chaos that's going on. We talk about that sometimes, but really, when this is going on, keeping your vibration and that joy and love changes things. It doesn't mean that you don't get upset about things that we see, but process those things. Don't disassociate. Process them, but then come back to curiosity, like, well, how do I feel about this? Where do I feel it in my body? What does that make me feel like in my heart? And send love. So, but the earth, yeah, she's a miracle, and that's the other thing that I believe is the inner earth is awakening. We're awakening to it rather, but there's a lot of people down there and a lot of different civilizations down there that we're going to awaken to. Like we think it's all galactic, right? We think that's what it is. Inner Earth has so much activity. I mean, just amazing. And some of it is galactic, but some of it is inner Earth beings too that we're going to awaken to that have been there all this time.
Well, I can't remember if I shared this during the show, but Teri and I were talking backstage, and I was telling her how I understood yesterday. I had 3 big ideas, and one of them was, oh, that's why we have earth changes, because the elements and the elementals are responding to Mother's needs, and they are resonating with her and for her and at her service, as we should be. So I think that's why we have earth changes. Because as humans, we always kind of stare at our belly buttons and think everything's about us. And it really isn't. It really, really isn't. So there are adjustments that need to be made. And Mother loves all her children. That includes us, but includes all her children.
Yeah.
You know,
we also have such a fear of death.
We don't need to. We really don't need to be doing that anymore. And we don't need to be talking about third D as if that's where we are. We're not. Or we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it tugs at our sleeves and we get eggs and beans and aches and pains, but that is often due to things we did in the past or how we ate. You know, but that kind of thing. I don't mean I hope that didn't sound like obnoxious.
God, no. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Because there's a lot happening. It's nothing. We do not need to be afraid. If we look in just the last couple of months, there have been tsunamis, there have been large quakes, but there have not been large losses of life.
Yeah.
And I ask every morning, and I hope you all will too, I ask every morning for there to be an extra angel with every blade of grass, with every plant, with every tree, with every animal of all species, and every human being, because I'm quite concerned about the ocean people, all the ones that are in the ocean, and right now, birds are migrating. And every year I pray that when they get to where they're migrating, that there's going to be food there. So we're, as stewards, as people, not stewards, because that sounds goofy, but as people who are aware of this, just the fact that we're aware, we have a responsibility to care for more than ourselves. You know, it's like in my tradition, when we have wonderful things happen, when someone passes and they get to go walk on, when someone has a baby, when someone gets married, we give gifts. We give things away. When someone passes, the family will give hundreds of things away, give socks away, give all these things away. That person has walked their walk. And I know it sounds so backwards, but a lot of the things that are done in the Western world seem really backwards to us. You know? So instead of like keeping everything and getting the most and having the most and having the most, it's like, let's make sure everybody has some. You know?
Yeah.
And I think we're going to move into a place, whether we do this willingly or whether we do this because events force us to do so. Either way, we're going to come to a place where we care about everyone having enough.
Yeah, it's going to be global.
Globally, absolutely.
It's going to take a bit. Yeah. And I've heard some people say that it'll take the galactics coming in and saying, you know, we have many planets that we come from, and many of them, it's a global community. And if you share it with everyone on the earth, then it's okay.
We won't be allowed into the galactic community until we've done this, until we learn these basic rules.
Yeah.
These are pretty basic rules of how to be polite.
You know? Yeah. Well,
and how to carry oneself in the world.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
sovereign and
Being sovereign. Yes.
being sovereign is huge, but also being a little bit feral, I think, is huge too. Like a little bit of that wild child, so that we still have that sensation of nirvana or ecstasy or ananda bliss, that childlike wonder, and also owning our sovereignty at the same time, like standing in it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's a
Absolutely.
juxtaposition, but it's a balance.
Well, we're in
Carolyn,
some ways we're so advanced, and in other ways we're like, what the heck happened to you people? Yeah, all of us, myself included. I
yeah,
mean, as a human beings, these are pretty basic things. Wanting to have everyone on the planet to be fed and have clean water and have shelter. That's pretty basic. We need to get to a place where that's like we absolutely will do that before, because in other ways we're so advanced and it makes this kind of dangerous. So I
well,
think the galactics will perhaps encourage us.
yeah.
Encourage us.
Well, I think they will, and I
I mean,
think,
they don't interfere with our growth, but
yeah, I think that the governments right now are scared. They know that change is coming. Most of them already know about the galactics and the inner
mhm.
Earth beings, and so once they kind of once that change happens, and the people that are in there are probably the younger people or the more awakened people, then it will happen.
Yeah,
It's a growth opportunity. So,
it is. I mean, my little granddaughter, when she was 5 or 6, she came up to me and she says, "Grandma, do you know that there's all kinds of little tiny, what you call it's that live on your skin?" I'm like, "Yeah, my doctor told me that. What is that about?" She goes, "No, they're nice. They're good. We
um,
need them." And I'm like, that's the kind of wisdom that we've forgotten.
yeah, yeah,
That we've made ourselves far more important than we than we ever needed to be. You know, it's gotten us kind of out of balance. So
yeah.
yeah.
Carolyn Loving Life is talking about having a near-death experience and
Oh
how
my
coming
goodness.
back and how beautiful it
Oh
was.
yeah,
And I love that, Carolyn.
yeah.
I'm so glad that you came back, number one, but number two, I
Thank
love that
you.
you share this. And I
Wisdom.
think, yeah, and many of us have that out of body experience now. So it's already, the frequency on that is changing, that we don't have to almost die to have this awakening. We can have an out of body experience, but better yet, we can choose to have that out of body experience where we go into the vision work, um, like the Skywalkers or the Thunderbird people. So, and going into that energy where we can see it, and we can do that, and that's kind of one of those senses that we forgot. And I believe it's one. This is how I see it. So that
Yeah, yeah. Thank
it's
you
a,
for sharing.
yeah, that it's a
Yeah,
sense that we forgot, but you guys are all remembering. And the way you remember it will be different than the way I remember it, or Annie Bear will remember it, because we're all a different piece of the puzzle.
yeah, yeah,
And there's such a beauty in it, isn't there?
yeah. Definitely. I think.
Like you had a beautiful vision that you shared with me before we came on. And that was different than my glass walls that disappeared and we could walk through.
Yeah,
Um, and so it's going to be remarkable how we're all going to do this.
it
Yeah.
is. It is. Um, I'm looking at some of the comments. Apparently, the phone feed sucked.
Oh, did it?
You're right. There's enough for everyone. Yes, Leona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Judith. If we don't go with the flow, we dam stuff up. Yep. And Carolyn has never feared death. That's amazing. Leona was away for 21 minutes. Holy
What, Leona?
schmoly. Yeah.
Oh, Leona.
What a huge lesson. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Gone during open heart surgery and remember everything.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you're here
Wow. Wow.
and could bring that back to share with us. I love that.
Yeah.
I really love that. And I found, like my first out of body was during abuse. And I was out of my body and watching that so it wasn't like this happiness. It was like, oh my God, what's happening? But what that made me do was, and there's no pity. I don't, that's just what happened.
Yeah.
But it made me rely on the natural world instead of the people world. So even no matter how long I'm here, I'm going to keep looking to the natural world for my cues. Because like before there's events, the natural world gets quiet. Everything will go silent. And when everything goes silent, a change is occurring. Whether you see it or not, or feel it or not, it's nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. There are timelines that are coalescing. I don't know that this is true. I just believe this is true. This is
Yeah.
for entertainment purposes only. But I think there are timelines weaving together, and there are timelines being pushed away. And we are here at this pivotal point. If we were talking to an Akashic Records master, which I'm not, but if we were, they would tell us, I think, what an exciting time on earth that we lined up to be here at this time.
Yeah.
we guess, please let me be here at the time of this great change. And I think we've exceeded, like Teri has shared in the past, we've exceeded the changes that we thought we were going to be able to make. And we're like, our hair's blowing in the wind. We're going, that kind of a thing. There's no telling how far we can go and how high we can reach. So, but I'm always going to lean into what Earth is saying. And I think we should listen to that daily. What the Earth is saying wherever you live and what your body is saying. Because I think Mother's relying on those messages and she's listening to her children. We just aren't aware of it, but I think she's checking on us quite closely.
Yeah.
As we go with her on this journey.
I think that's beautiful. Yeah.
It's
We're definitely moving along and opening up. And Richie says, is it really an out of body experience because you feel the experience? Are we feeling things through our body and our spirit? I think that's the new human, Richie. I was thinking about this morning. I'm so glad you asked that. I do feel like we're bringing the 3D, and it's a beautiful planet. And that's one thing about this planet is this heavy 3D intensity here. Is that I don't know if you guys can hear the birds. My window's open, but they're just singing like crazy right now.
that's
And
wonderful.
and being able to have the sensuality here, the senses, the five senses, right? And feel all that, but then to awaken to nirvana and fill it with the frequency of diamond light at the same time and the blue light that comes in is like going to be like a portal almost, I think. So that diamond light awakening, not only will it be, which I think for me, this is how I perceive it. I think that's going to carry us from fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh density pretty quickly. Those that are acclimating to the energy. If you want to, you don't have to. And some people are right where they're supposed to be if they want to stay in the 3D.
Well, I
And
keep trying to take pictures of things that I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, Richie, is a waterfall. Right now, I'm seeing, when you were speaking, when I was reading your comment, I saw a waterfall. And I saw come about halfway down, there's a ray of light comes in and there's a rainbow.
yeah,
So you've got third through seventh dimension right there
yeah,
in that vignette. And I think we pass through them all the time. It's a full body
yeah,
experience. That's the beauty of Earth. But I was thinking like, I try to take pictures of what I'm seeing. And often I'm like, dang it, I couldn't get that picture. I couldn't get that picture. I tried all these angles. I tried different settings on my phone, portrait versus close up and about, like that, trying to capture what I could see with my naked eye. And I wonder if it's a little bit like that. Like your phone can't take pictures of seventh dimension yet. It can take pictures of things you cannot see with your naked eye, like orbs. I've only seen one orb. Like I know people were seeing them all over, but I've seen one outside a couple weeks ago, and it was white, and it was like right about here. And
Wow.
so excited. I was so excited to see it because I'm like, finally,
Yeah.
But I think that to me, those physical things are proof of the dimensions we move in and out of all the time.
Yeah.
When there's enough of us doing it, that's why we're here anchoring it. Because every time we have these experiences and we speak of them and we share them, or just say thank you for them,
Yeah.
we anchor that into the crystalline grid. And that makes it more available for more souls that are joining us or that have been here all along, like the sleeping stones who have journeys and lives of their own, where they're like, hey, they're awake. Hey, they're awake. They're here.
Yeah.
They're finally here. And that's how we're waking up the energies around us, I think. It's a really natural, interconnected, kind of soft process, which is good. Otherwise, Earth would have to make very abrupt and different changes that we might not like so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that. And the stone people, the rock people, um, they rumble a lot. And I think they were trying to wake us up a lot.
Yeah.
And the tectonic plates as well. And when we go into meditations, we often send pink light to the tectonic plates. Most beneficial outcome.
Yeah.
But I feel that role coming up, and the movement and the movement of the whole planet. Like we've done this dance before. Um, and we're going to do it again. But this is the time that it's going to stick. Like I feel like Atlantis was here, Lemuria, so many different civilizations, Egypt, and just right on the cusp of like a planetary awakening.
I used to think that, but now I kind of wonder if it's a multidimensional story. Then there were anchors that needed to be placed. And maybe, because I used to think we failed. And then I'm like, wait a minute, this is a bigger story than I can understand yet.
Yeah.
And I just got a glimpse of, okay, we were anchoring the story. We were anchoring the story. It's a multidimensional story, and it has to be, for it to be put into Earth, which is the storytelling planet. This is how it is put in. I think it's just a bigger picture than I can understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Hypnicity says she hears the rocks all the time. I do feel like
wonderful.
I do feel like we did anchor in power banks inside the earth. They've shown them to me. There are corridors inside the earth that have all the energy that we'd ever need on this planet. We'd never need solar or wind or gasoline or coal or any of that. That all that's within the planet, and that energy that they've stored there for us, and it was us doing it. And that's the thing. That's why many of us don't like AI, because we've been here before with it, and it didn't quite work out, perhaps. But there were many civilizations that moved on, and the Hathors moving on, and moving into different densities, and we do that right in different lifetimes too. So some of them changed and moved on, and some of them maybe they're back again with this planet at what we're going through right now. But I feel like most of you, if you're here, you're coming back to anchor in that energy again, to change it. Play Love Remember says, let's see if I can pull that up so I can read it. Teri, I think it was the 3-eye atlas in my mind's eye when I went to reach for a doorknob Or were they showing me the garden on Solaris, pink blinking lights and green too? Um, Interesting. It can be both. Play, love, remember. I think it can definitely be both, and everything is everywhere. So there, like when we get to a certain density, the frequency of that density we can share all around the planet. Leona, let's see. If we lead with our hearts, it becomes easier to stay connected with Mother Earth. Yet the cosmos are yet to be learned. Maybe not, Leona. Maybe we remember the cosmos, and that's why we're here to anchor it with everyone. So I think a lot of people are learning it that are on the planet currently, and a lot of people are remembering it. Same difference, right? Maybe, I don't know. You tell me.
I like what Leona says about collecting rocks. She started collecting river rocks after she became not well. No reason other than the rocks asked me to put them in my home. So there's
Oh,
rocks everywhere. I
yeah,
love that. I love that she listened, and apparently her journey out of her body, she look what she brought back. What a
Leona.
wonderful example. Some
And
of what you say goes over my head. Some of it I'm not familiar with, like the Hathors and all that. And immediately when, the Pleiadians are fantastic, but they're also tricksters, and they will freely admit it. If you ask them, are you tricksters? They will say yes, because they can put civilizations in a history in a place on Earth and make it look as if they were there for 1,000 years when they were there for 3 hours. It's much sought after to put your story here on Earth so that it can be written into the stories. It's the sovereigns of this planet that decide what goes in the story.
oh,
That's what I think.
yeah, cool.
So, us standing in our sovereignty, speaking not of a prideful pace, but as like, if I hope that if I go into other systems, they will know by my energy, by my vibration, by who I am. Oh, she is a daughter of Earth.
Yeah,
She is a daughter of Earth. So, and I would humbly say, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I think that's one of the most powerful things. So there can be a lot visiting Earth, but it doesn't mean it's part of the story. You know what I mean? There's a lot of discernment and integrity needed, and humility and gratitude needed in order to be a part of the story that is Earth. You
yeah.
know, I just think so. It's so fun to talk with you. I've missed our talks.
I
I
have
love listening to
too.
you. I
I love
love
listening to
hearing what you
you.
have to say. I
Well,
love it.
yeah, I love meeting being with you too. It's
So
always fun to
fun.
share. Yeah,
It is. It
yeah.
sparks so many new ideas, and it helps me understand things that I didn't previously. So thank you. It's awesome.
Oh, it's an
It's fun.
honor to be with you, honey.
It's so fun.
Well, it's an honor to have everybody here too.
Thank
Uh,
you all for joining us. I'm so sorry we didn't pay a heck of a lot of attention because we get so excited about what we're talking about. And it's been a couple of months since we've been able to do this. So we were a little
yeah,
distracted.
yeah,
We were a little distracted. We have so much to say.
yeah.
I love learning too, Judith. It's fun.
Right? It's so
It's
much fun.
fun.
It's so
Yeah.
much fun.
Hi,
Um,
Clay.
so I also feel like the awakening is happening. Our consciousness is shifting. Or maybe our consciousness isn't shifting. Our reality is what we think is reality is shifting into consciousness, right? Our
Yeah.
awareness.
Oh, I like that. Into consciousness. Oh, I
Yeah,
like that. I
yeah.
like that. Yes.
It's so we're kind of becoming sovereign, and recognizing our gifts and recognizing that, I always talk about the high heart, the space between your throat chakra and your heart
Yeah.
chakra. the seat of your, which I call our sovereignty, the seat of our divinity, our flower of the lotus that awakens. And what they really show me is that it has a different density now.
Yeah.
It's divinity, but it's also tactile. Like you can feel it, you can touch it, you can smell it even. So that's part of that nirvana that's happening.
I've been feeling my high heart more easily, I guess would be the term, more easily.
Yeah.
I was walking yesterday or the day before, and I created a new shield. And the shield is only love. Only love can permeate this shield, and only love is welcome here. And I felt a being, I don't know who it was, hold my hand as I was walking. And I just felt such joy and love that not only from me, but from whoever was holding my hand.
Wow.
And I think if we do that, it responds. The world and the earth responds and guards us and guides us.
Oh, yeah.
It guards and guides us, which is brilliant because that's why we're here. I mean, we're kind of like wandering around as living library cards going, whoa, finding out these new things that we connect with. And as our hearts open and we resonate at a higher vibration, we become aware of more. And I really think that, like, do you think this? I think first contact, the first step in first contact is raising our vibration enough so that our awareness grows and we're no longer frightened by it. That's, to me, that's the real organic first contact, is when we're aware of, like, yes, I am aware. I am stardust and earth dust. And of course I have cousins. Of course I have relatives out among the stars. That makes perfect sense. And one thing I've been wondering recently, and maybe you know something about this, what about Mother's family? What about her family? What about her sisters? What about her mother?
Are they solar systems? Are they universes? Are they multiverses?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, that's exciting.
It's really exciting. It goes on and on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The quantum field. It's everywhere. And we're it. So and that ether, the consciousness, the awareness, it can be an atom or it can be a multiverse.
Amazing. You say things like that and my head just goes,
Fine. Then I get a little lost and I'm like, whoa, Earth to Teri, settle down, girl.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Back in your body.
Yes, please. We love you and we love your wanderings, but please come back into your body. We want you to stay a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that way. I feel like Mother Earth has seeded many planets.
I know you said that, but when you said that, it made my heart hurt because I love her so much and I want to meet her. So when people talk about, oh, she's leaving, I just like, stop saying that.
Does a mother ever leave their child?
Well, yeah. I'm like, that's awful.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't accept that she's leaving. I don't accept that we were just like something she did on her way to somewhere else. No, thank you.
Right?
I'm not ready for that.
Yeah, they always talk about that cord that we're connected, a mother to their child, but I believe a father to their child as well.
Well, sure.
And so the parents, but having that cord, because I feel like we have that cord also to Father Sky. And then that brings into me that string theory also of the quantum field.
You just said therapy.
I did, which is what
that's interesting.
Therapy for me.
That's interesting. I love that.
But that we're all interconnected with that string theory, and we're we all have that cord, but we are truly loved. And I think you being able to feel that hand holding you while you were going into your high heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just beautiful.
The universe is full of love.
Yeah.
And more of it runs on love than fear. Fear is just a lesson we go through while we learn about power and duality and how we create. And we need that balance to
Yeah.
create. We need the contrast to create. But
Right.
it's a lesson we learn about how we create. It's not the whole ball of wax, and that's fantastic news. This is great news.
Yeah. I've heard many say that the earth is like a master course and, getting your doctorate degree or whatever.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Because I don't think we ever graduate learning, but I kind of wonder if this solar system, I really have this theory about all the planets. I'm going to do a show with somebody. I think Danny and I are going to talk about this a little bit, but about this, the schools, all the planets being schools.
Oh, yeah.
So what if Earth is where we graduate? Just from this beautiful solar system of schools. And it's just schools on one level. Just on that one dimension is it school. So in another dimension, it could be my favorite vacation place for all I know. Which could be where the teachers hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's so much more. We've just barely, what's that?
The teacher's lounge. Sorry.
Yeah. We've just barely started to, it's either learn, create, or remember. I don't know. It's one of those three. So there's so much more to discover.
Yeah.
Yeah. But our high heart will take us there. Being grounded and staying in our high heart and remembering that Mother's the center of this story, that will help us discover more of these wonderful things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful musings.
Yeah.
Hypnicity, your university, right? Hey, Medusa.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
And I saw earlier Hypnicity, I'm sorry to interrupt, Hypnicity's husband's shoulders finally out of the sling.
oh,
And
I'm so glad.
happy. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah. So happy to have that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, everybody have a great day. Annie Bear, thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
What do you have
thank
coming up
you.
next, honey?
Let's see. I have a show coming up on Wednesday. That's coming up next, where I'm going to talk a little bit more about the elementals. So I hope you'll join me at noon Pacific. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Thank you for coming, everyone. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do all the YouTube-y things, please.
Yeah. Like and subscribe and come on back. And we'll see y'all later. Okay. Namaste, everybody.
Bye.
My light sees your light.